Tale Recap Plus here. Today I will be explaining an interesting crime action drama movie titled The Informer from 2019. But before we go on, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. It means a lot to us. Note spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Pete is a secret spy for the FBI's field office in New York City. He has gotten into a Polish crime group and is now giving his handler strong proof to bring charges against the general, who is in charge of the group. He lets his wife and daughter know that they need to go on vacation because the long-awaited surgery has begun. Erica, Pete's manager, tells her team where Pete is going to give the general the 6 pounds of fentanyl. This is where they come in. He gives his wife the key and locks his family in a building. She has to leave the state tomorrow at 1 p.m. if he isn't back. They meet in a bathroom that has been torn down. When things go bad, he should ask for a smoke, and Erica's team will come get him. She gives him a phone to call and a wire to wear. A minister with the fentanyl is greeted by Stasek and Pete. As planned, they dropped off the minister at the hotel and put the fentanyl in another bag. Stasek buys his uncle, the general, a bottle of liquor. He's going to surprise him with cash instead of fentanyl. He tells Pete that he already has a buyer for the drugs. But Pete doesn't say anything back so as not to reveal his plan. The plan is thrown off by this, but Erica still chooses to follow them. The buyer is very worried at a club and admits that he doesn't have enough money to buy all 6 pounds. He does say that he can afford 3 and can get more money for the other 3, which are worth $85,000, which makes Stasek angry. Pete starts to doubt him and asks him how he's going to raise the $85,000 in 2 hours. This makes him calm down. If Stasek goes to answer the phone, Pete tells him he's a cop and gives him a chance to leave. But the customer keeps acting stupid. He just needs to leave after being pushed to the ground. But he pulls out a gun and a badge, and Stasek shoots him. Pete can't believe it and tells him he needs to go have a smoke to tell Erica to come in. But she changes her mind, drives right by Pete, and leaves him to make his own way. Then he helps put the body in a bag and throw it away. Pete is led into a sausage plant and meets the general there. His words are calm. A New York police officer was killed, and someone needs to answer for it if they don't want the NYPD getting involved where they don't belong. The general acts like Stasek saved Pete's life and now owes him his whole life. This is weird because Stasek killed the police officer. He tells Pete that he needs to go to jail and run the drug ring from there for 5 years to pay off his debt. The general makes him feel even more scared by telling him to think about his family. He gives him no other choice. Pete and his family are taken back to their home, and he calls Erica. They talk about their 4-year plan, and she tells him she couldn't get him. Then she hangs up the phone. He's mad that Sophia, his wife, didn't leave. But they quickly make up, and she helps him clean up the blood. The cops find the body. Detective Grants knew the person very well and sets out to find the person who did it. He quickly learns that his friend's death has something to do with a Polish gang. He gets video evidence that links Pete's involvement to it. Pete, Erica, and Montgomery, Pete's boss, get together and tell him he's in deep trouble. They've tried to hide everything, but it hasn't worked. The people in charge want to follow the general's plan and lock him up, but he wants to get out. If he can gather enough evidence about the fentanyl distribution network in state jail, he will be free. But if he doesn't, he will be caught as an undercover spy and go to jail for killing a police officer who was also undercover. Not a lot of options. Pete puts the tapes of his talk with Erica in a box when he gets home. Stasek comes to see him in the morning and gives him fentanyl to sneak into jail. Pete tells Sophia about his new job as a secret agent. He stays with his daughter all day and makes notes about how the jail is set up. A Polish gang and even the general come to his house when they get back home. He says he doesn't have kids because he can't stand the thought of losing them. To avoid getting caught, he tells Pete that he needs to keep his end of the deal. Grans has been watching Pete's house and tells his partner that the general has left Pete's home. The next day, Pete pretends to be the abusive has-been while Sophia calls the cops to put him in jail. Grant sees that Pete is being taken away. When Pete gets back to jail, he is greeted warmly by a dishonest guard and led to his bunk bed. The area is full of African American inmates, but one of them pays the guard to give his boys 2 bunk beds so Pete is safe. During the night raid, the director goes to Pete and, at Erica's request, puts him in a program to clean up. Pete meets the other members of his Polish jail gang and is given a shift to get ready for a fight that is coming up. Grans goes to see Erica and asks her about Pete, but Erica lies to him. Montgomery walks in and tries to calm things down by saying they have nothing to do with Pete. However, he then shows them pictures of Pete and Erica taken by a surveillance camera on the day Grans' friend died and warns them that the FBI and NYPD will go to war and they will be in a lot of trouble if they are connected to Pete in any way. Sophia does what Pete tells her to do to get the treats to the prison and, with the help of the drone, lands the bird on top of the jail. As part of the cleaning program, Pete cleans the roof in the morning and gets it back. Grans goes to Sophia's place of work to find out more about Pete. He's not sure if Pete is the killer at this point. Sophia tells him to leave because he can't help them. Grans gives her his business card so she can call him if she changes her mind. After the event, Grant talks to Pete through one of his sources and tells him that he will no longer have his gang in the yard at some point. If Pete wants to stay alive, he must show that he is ready to talk about the death of the undercover cop. The crooked guard takes Pete to Phelps, the African-American gang leader who runs the drug trade inside the prison and feels threatened by Pete. Phelps and his men try to kill Pete until he tells them he is working for the FBI as a spy and wants to bring down the general. After that, he is freed, and Phelps agrees to help him get information as long as he is still living. At the FBI offices, Montgomery tells Erica to kill Pete and stop all operations involving the general because Grants is close behind them and Pete is a spy working for the FBI. She will lose her job and her life if the NYPD finds out what happened in the room where the undercover cop was shot. Montgomery says she'll be the sacrificial lamb if she doesn't follow through because she's trying too hard to impress her bosses. Pete goes to take a leak at night. He is on edge when one of Phelps's men approaches him and gives him the names of people at the jail who run the distribution network. He later calls Erica and tells her he has figured out the general's whole network. He asks her to help him get away. Erica doesn't go after him even though he is in danger because she was told to and would rather stay safe. Jake calls Sophia again and tells her to give Grant the tapes of his conversations with Erica and leave the state. When Erica goes to the general's lawyer, the lawyer tells her that Pete is a secret agent. After that, she talks to Sophia about it and takes the tapes because the FBI heard her phone call with Pete. She feels terrible when she listens to the tapes and hears herself promise to keep Sophia and his daughter safe. One of Phelps' men signs that he has been burned in jail. He gets ready to fight, but his shiv is nowhere to be found. As he looks for it, a Polish gang member attacks him. P is strong enough to beat him and choke him. He shows up on camera to let the guards know. The bad guard gets to the scene of the crime and manages to hold him hostage, demanding to talk to the press and his wife. Then he goes to a forgotten tower and knocks out the guard. He checks the radio to see if his requests are being met and marks the lookout points from the windows based on his time as a U.S. Army sniper. At the same time, Stasek talks to Pete's family, who were just on the phone with Detective Grants. Soon after, Grants goes to Pete's house and kills one of Stasek's men. He goes up the stairs and gets hit in the leg. He doesn't shoot back because Stasek has a hostage, and he does not want to lose his gun. As Stasek is about to kill Grants, Sophia gets away and shoots Stasek in the back, but she also gets shot. Snipers have already set up shop at the jail. and Montgomery shows up ready to tell them to shoot Pete as soon as they get the chance. The warden is there to do what Pete wants. He tells his wife over the phone that he is going to leave this situation. Montgomery cuts the talk short. Pete changes clothes with the guard and shows that he is keeping him hostage for the snipers. Then he wakes him up and lets the dishonest guard hold him hostage. He then shows himself to the shooters, who shoot and puncture one of the CO2 tanks. Pete hides, but the tank blows up. Montgomery tells Erica that the job is done soon after she gets there and sees the jail on fire. She knows who Pete is and gets into the ambulance with him when the firemen take him there while he's still wearing the guard's uniform. In the end, she plans to help Pete by having him hold everyone hostage. He leaves after getting a note and a phone from her. After some time, Erica meets Montgomery on a boat and tells him that she knows where Pete is. He tells her straight out to kill him. But it turns out to be a setup because Erica was wiretapped and told the NYPD about Montgomery's shady dealings. Montgomery is then arrested. Erica sees Pete and tells him that there are a lot of secret agents on the scene because he wants to meet up with his family. Grants walks up to him and gives him fake papers from Erica. He tells him to stay out of sight until things calm down. He looks Sophia in the eyes one last time before hiding again. That's it. Thanks for watching it. Please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. It means a lot to us.